can you remember the time when we could rub shoulders and sing our hearts out at live concerts? Well, for many of us, it's certainly a long time ago, and even with coronavirus vaccines on the way, there's no guarantee this summer will look more normal. In the UK, there are fears that some of the biggest events, such as the Glastonbury Festival, will be called off by the end of this month due to the ongoing uncertainty. Joining me now to discuss this is Paul Reid. He's the CEO of Britain's Association of Independent Festivals. Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. Well, how much flexibility would festival organisers have to cancel events in normal times, let alone now? How does it compare?
Yeah, so festival organisers generally are slightly behind in the planning cycle. I mean, it does generally take at least 6 months, or between 6 to 8 months, to organise a festival. So, I mean, we're at a serious and pivotal moment in the pandemic, obviously in the UK, and it might seem strange to be talking about summer festivals, but it's absolutely the right time to be having this conversation, given the long lead time for festivals.
Not to mention, I'd imagine that the money they bring into the UK Treasury. What sort of help are you calling for from the government?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, festivals generate 1.76 billion for the UK economy each year, GVA. They support 85,000 jobs. We're asking for government intervention in the form of a government-backed reinsurance scheme, further targeted financial support if required, and a no earlier than date so that we can plan. So the three key obstacles to festivals taking place this year, outside of the wider public health situation, will be a lack of working capital from some festivals, a complete lack of insurance, and the absence of a clear reopening timetable.
Well, you mentioned insurance there. What sort of obstacles are your members saying that they're facing right now? Is the insurance industry being compassionate?
Well, commercial insurance for festivals in relation to COVID doesn't exist right now. From speaking to those in the industry and brokers, it's unlikely to exist before 2022 due to the large number of payouts that insurance companies have had to make, underwriters have had to make, not to festivals, I might add, but across generally other business sectors in relation to COVID. So it simply doesn't exist, and there's a real danger that even if festivals were permitted to go ahead this summer, that there would be a market failure in terms of insurance not being able to provide a solution. So it's really at the moment, organisers are in the position where they would need to take all of the risk and commit to significant upfront capital without any sort of safety net.
Well, of course, not every festival has that the capacity to do that. So can you offer our viewers any crumbs of comfort for what might happen for those events which don't take place?
Yeah, I mean, it's still too early to tell, really, if the season is on or off. Certainly some of the larger events are approaching the determination point where they'll need to make those decisions this month. For some of the smaller festivals, there is a bit more time. You know, it's more like March or April to make a definite call on this year. But we do need intervention and support from government now. I mean, obviously, these are seasonal companies. They're one-off seasonal events. And a second year of not being able to operate will be devastating. That will be 2 complete years without income, with a very real risk of festivals not being able to return.
Indeed, they're not quite the same online as so much of the rest of our life is. Paul Reid, CEO of Britain's Association of Independent Festivals, thanks for joining us here on the programme.